Taylor Chen and Ryan Chen wrapping up from Taoyuan Arena. But we have two games to wrap up, Tay. A East Asia Super League filled weekend for the two of us. Shall we start with last night's game? Taipei Fubon Rays defeating Hong Kong Eastern 95-81. Taylor, I'll let you have the floor first.
It wasn't, it was a 4-point deficit between the Fubon Braves and Hong Kong Eastern. It didn't quite feel like such a huge deficit. They did start off strong in the first quarter, but the Hong Kong Eastern team just were not able to keep up or catch up to the Braves. Thanks to Gillen Waters' versatility, truly. He scored 26 points overall, and combined with Goodwin, they shot 52 points. And this is despite having Dremport on the court, and he only subbed in and out a couple of minutes here and there, only scored 2 points alone. And obviously Mo coming in as a local player, 25, 26 points. So
yeah, Dremport to me is rusty, making a season debut in any basketball league and certainly with the Braves. So will he work in more? We'll see. It might be more matchup dependent for him. It's only his first game after all. When you talk about the talent of Gillen Water, of Goodwin, those guys on their own are such talented scorers, let alone two of them on the same team. You had throw on Mo, who eventually got going, as opposed to the previous game where in Taoyuan on Thursday night, just didn't really have it, kind of was rusty out of the FIBA window. I think the key to me though is that I want to point out first is the Braves held the Eastern's import Cameron Clark to just 2 points in the second half, really shutting down off the valve, holding them defensively. And in this one, Taylor, Hong Kong Eastern only won the first quarter by a small margin, as opposed to when they played the Seoul SK Knights, where they won all 3 quarters besides getting blown out in the second quarter of that one. So it was a different script, but same thing. Hong Kong Eastern still looking for their first victory.
Down the line, when they play their grudge match, their next game against the Fubon Braves at home, well, not only they have the home advantage, but I'd like to see the players get rotated in and out more. Glenn Yang, he's been heavily rotated, heavily used in the previous seasons. I'd like to actually see him back in the starting 5. They also had Mayali and Adam Shu. They have the size. I'd like to see some more minutes being played for particularly Mayali and Yang.
Speaking about Jenny Liang, who made a couple of threes. Well, for the Braves, despite their low scoring from their local players, Taoyuan started the game and knocked down a couple of threes. He's actually having a sneaky good shooting season. Combined East Asia Super League and Plus League, 7-for-15. So the Braves moved to 2 wins, no losses on this East Asia Super League season. So they're sitting pretty. Let's move over to Taoyuan Arena. Tonight's game, Taylor. The Pilots, well, we'll save the results as a little bit of a tease though. If you've been up with the East Asia Super League news, you know the Pilots coming in tonight off of a loss against the Morocco Bolts, and the Black Bears losing to the Bolts twice. It was looking like things were favoring that PBA team, now joined by Justin Brownlee. There's a lot of energy going their way, but the Pilots playing at home needed to show something, and it didn't look like that from the start.
It was quite a shock for the Pilots fans. They were quiet in the first half. Now, we saw a lot of history and records made, and from the get-go in the first quarter, the Macau Black Bears scored 40 points. That's the most points that we've seen in the first quarter alone, to the 17 that the Pilots made. And we had other records, including 100 rebounds made by Artino and Degar, 200 points made by Damian Shankui. He's truly the catalyst in terms of scoring and a playmaker for the Black Bears. So, but unfortunately, they really lacked rotations and the bench. They only had 7 players in. You mentioned during the game, Ryan, they called micro naps or micro breaks. You see them coming in and out just for 30 seconds of rest, and Garrett Kelly he knows that they need the rest, but he doesn't have the lineup that, to really back it up.
And it seemed like they used up so much of their luck in the first quarter. To their credit, they knocked down 9 3-pointers in the first quarter. The previous record was 8 3-pointers. You said 40 points. I believe it ties the overall East Asia Super League single quarter score. So, but then we flipped the script in the second half. Travion Graham takes an early knock to the head, and he's out for the rest of the game. I think they bandaged him up okay. I'm assuming stitches will be incoming. It was quite a gnarly contact with his own teammate. AMD playing hard, who will feature later. But the Pilots, looking at a 26-point deficit, well, they're not too intimidated. They've pulled off miracles in this building before, and they just start chipping away. I think the biggest thing is the fatigue really started in the second half, Taylor. I made the observation, like by the fourth quarter, the Black Bears were pretty much all standing upright, not in defensive stances, not making cuts. And it was pretty much the Pilots at will, just a matter of if they had enough time to come back, and they did with plenty of extra as well.
Yeah, you brought up at one point they made 10 assists in the first quarter, the Black Bears.
Which is an amazing mark.
Yeah, and they made 66% of their threes in the first half overall. I mean, they were just really lights out in the first quarter. But as you said, they really were gassed out up against a really experienced, mature team. I mean, Caminos, he wasn't pressed at all at the halftime. He was just like, we just need to settle down, let the dust fall, and come back with it. And again, this is with Trevion Graham like being knocked out by AMD. But I also have to say, bringing back Samuel Degara for the Black Bears, obviously it's great for him to have the size. Unfortunately, Black Bears have been pretty beaten down. A lot of injuries for them. Watson, he played sparingly, 16 minutes, but we were told that he has back spasms. So, Degara, he was a little bit, I think he's pretty easy to read now. You put enough pressure, you make him uncomfortable, keep him away from the low post, get him into that foul trouble, and, you see it. It really reflects in the score. 60 points in the paint for the Pilots, 28 only for the Black Bears.
Yeah, I believe the Black Bears had 22 in the first half to the Pilots' 20. So just because you have Samuel Degara in the middle, now some of it goes to fast breaks and, cutting by the other team. So to me, Amdi Mustafa Dang actually represented the best interior defender. Previously, he's known as a big-time shot blocker, but this time he held his own against Samuel Degara, and there was some back and forth, and he was able to score Amdi himself with 13 points. We saw he was pretty big in the game against the Braves on Thursday, so that's a big head nod to him. So we're kind of revealing it. The Pauian Pilots 104, Macau Black Bears 86, the biggest comeback in East Asia Super League history. Do you remember the previous mark?
The biggest comeback?
Yeah. No, it was so far back. It was the Chiba Jets, led by Yuki Togashi, that man, the bad man, with a 15-point comeback for the Jets against the Braves. And you mentioned the assists. Well, the Black Bears only had 5 assists from quarter 2, 3, and 4. So the ball wasn't moving. There was a lot of one-on-ones. When you go one-on-one, basketball is a lot easier. You were impressed with the Black Bears' talent because their zone defense, when it was working, especially in the first quarter, especially with Omari Pete Green close to the top, and he drops down, gets some strips, or grabs a defensive rebound. The zone looks like a workable formula for the Macau Black Bears.
No, absolutely. I am very impressed. I mean, these are some great diamonds in the rough, particularly Damian Chankri. I mean, we've seen his abilities and athleticism from last season, and it still rolls over. And I think with time and with consistent training with this team, I think they'll get better. It's just unfortunate with the circumstances they're under, injuries, where they're currently located, their scheduling. But Phoenix Shackelford, for instance, he wasn't the lead scorer. I mean, he didn't make too many buckets, but I really like seeing how aggressive he is. I saw him charging in for those rebounds. He's not afraid of the size of the other team or anything else. So I was really impressed by that. Lau Chung Kong, he's been a staple for Macau Black Bears. So it's good to have these anchor players, but I would like to see down the line, more players really show up and show out. And I think Leo Lei is a good instance of them bringing him up in the professional field. Okay.
Well, the Pilots move to 3 wins and 1 loss in the group stage so far. The Macau Black Bears dropped to 0-3, and yesterday we talked about it was the 18th of 36 group stage game this East Asia Super League season, and we have a whole nother half to go leading to the stretch run and the East Asia Super League playoffs. I mean, a lot is up in the air. Nobody's clinched yet, and there's a lot of a mix in the middle when you also factor in point differential will mean something at the end of the season, even if you lock up a playoff spot. And to be announced of where the playoffs will be, but it'll be an exciting stretch as well.
Yeah, can't wait to get more basketball in. We've officially hit the halfway point tonight, actually, so more to come.
All right, that does it for us. 2 games that we wrapped up. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to leave a like, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.
And just like that.
That's it.